Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Claudia Jordan. It is Wednesday, and we are back with TGIF, your favorite show. We're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, get you something to drink, get ready for this hot tea. Fellas, hello. Hello, Al.
Hey, what's going on, Claudia?
Hello. And hello, Funky Daniba.
What's going on, Miss Claudia? What's going on, Al? You looking pretty in pink.
Oh, boy. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those nights, I see.
Are we color coordinated tonight, or are we?
We're giving patriotic red, white, and blue.
Oh, okay. Well, seeing as though Donald Trump has got found guilty, that all right. Make America great again, honey.
Liable. Not guilty, liable.
And then the audacity, CNN, who was totally turned into, Fox News Light, is giving him a whole town hall tonight. And people are not happy about it. So we'll see.
Well, the numbers are down.
Yeah, there's all kind of crazy reports saying they're going to bring Wendy Williams' show back to CNN. I'm like, y'all do
right.
Saw that.
Like, knock it off, CNN. All right, before we start the show, we'd like to send our prayers to Jamie Foxx and his family. From what we know, Jamie is still hospitalized and his condition is currently unknown. Really, really sad stuff. I, of course, talked to some people in the camp. They're being very tight-lipped, but 4 weeks in the hospital is very scary. Very scary. So our prayers are with him, and we keep getting different reports. So we're just going to hope that the positive ones are true and the negative ones are false.
Indeed.
All right. Are y'all home? Where y'all at?
I'm home.
L.A. I'm drinking tonight, though.
Not me, girl.
I'm not drinking because I have to get up, and I'm doing the Breakfast Club tomorrow and Friday, so y'all got to tune in. So I have to thank you. I have to get up really early. And, sorry. They trying to call me. They see I'm in New York. Not right now. So
that's your gentleman callers. You going back to your old street walking days. You don't flipped open your little black book.
Who was cutting the grass?
Let me tell you something. I'm having the time of my life right now. That's all y'all need to know right now. I'm having a good old time. Hey, let's get to the show. Boosie showed solidarity with rapper Designer after he was arrested for indecent exposure for masturbating on an airplane. Boosie said, "My bleep got hard on the plane. It was a long plane ride. Go bleep off in the bathroom. I done did it before." What do you think about this? Q, let's go to you first. We peeing and jacking off on planes now? That's what we doing?
I never thought the day would come where me and Boosie would have something in common, but I have done that on an airplane before.
What?
I have, just for the thrill of it.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself. And literally just to say I did it. Just that was the only reason. Just to say I did it. But I didn't know. Walk me through this, guys. I didn't know that that's what Designer was doing in the bathroom. The bathroom locks. So how did he end up exposing himself to someone?
No, I think with Designer, he didn't go to the bathroom. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Al, have you ever masturbated on the plane?
I've never masturbated on a commercial plane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this girl thinks she better than me because she got 2 coins. Because I had to do it on Spirit and she had to do it on a Virgin private.
Yeah, you
flight.
Imagine what's going on that Spirit plane. No, that's disgusting. But you know what I wanted to know, Q? Maybe you can help me with this. What was he masturbating to? Lil Nas X's Met Gala outfit?
Child, could be.
People,
I want to know what he was masturbating to.
like a lot of celebrities, right? I get when the average person does that, has anonymity, no one knows who you are. But when everyone's looking at you and knows who you are, and you're just like doing stuff out in the, I don't get it. Like, you want to get caught? You want to trend? What you want? What are we doing here?
I'm gonna tell y'all something of what he did, which is so genius to me, because the white people playbook when you get in trouble is to go to rehab, right? Like, no matter what it is, if you got caught shoplifting, I'm going to rehab.
Right.
If you cheated on your wife, I'm going to rehab. Like, he pulled that. I'm checking myself into the psychiatric hospital real quick and surprisingly, did it work, or we just don't care about Designer?
We don't care about Designer.
We just don't care.
Name 3 Designer songs. Name 3 Designer songs.
I can't.
Name 2.
I think
he's saying Panda, right?
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I think we don't know enough about him, but to keep that car in the road, I thought it was a brilliant call. And I think when we think about or hear about what he did, we say, "Oh, that's psycho," and now he's in a mental health space. So hey, he's handling it right. I think it was great branding, great PR strategy. Thumbs up to his team.
So the moral of the story is you can mess up as much as you want as long as you say, I have a mental illness and I have to
go to rehab.
I'll go to rehab. Yep.
Good to know. It's about to be a fun summer. All right. Kim Zolciak and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Kroy Biermann, have been going through it. All right. News recently broke that the pair allegedly owed the IRS over $1 million. And now it looks like their marriage is also coming to an end after 11 years. According to reports, Kim declared the marriage irrevocably broken. Ooh, I messed that up.
Irretrievably, girl.
Oh, yeah, that too. But I wasn't speaking it, so I just went to the other word. But thank you for putting me on blast. Yeah, it was broken with no hope of reconciliation. And she is seeking primary custody of the kids. Are you surprised by the news, Al? Let's go to you first.
Well, I am a little surprised by this because they cranked out, 4 kids together? They have 4 little kids together, all under the age of 11. I don't like anybody going through a divorce, and I find it very sad. I always hope that they can figure out a better way to kind of work it out, especially for the sake of the kids. But in this case, I don't know. I maybe I'm not mature enough when it comes to compassion as it relates to Kim. I felt like that you shoved this relationship down our throat. She shoved her life down our throat. She made it very something that obviously it wasn't. And now I don't feel sorry for her. I feel like Kim should humble herself. And if she did, then we wouldn't be coming so hard. If you stroll down Instagram, every other post is about her demise of her marriage. There's a problem with that. That means you make us happy to see this dissolve.
Okay. Q?
One of my biggest fears and challenges when getting into this business, I never wanted to get Hollywood, right? And when y'all came down to Miami, I brought y'all down to the bar where the Honda cars be. And anybody who follows me on Instagram can see that I live a very regular life, and I like to be around regular, everyday type of people. I don't understand how these reality stars, and particularly in Atlanta, these people get so caught up in the hype of living the life that you would allow your bank account to run down to zero. You see what I'm saying? If I was in that house and I know I got $30,000 a month going out and bills and lifestyle, and we ain't got nothing coming in, it's time to downsize. Like, I would not sit up in a mansion and just steady be letting my account dwindle to zero until my shit make it to the foreclosure at the courthouse. And now I owe the taxes, the IRS, $1.1 million. This is stupid, and it's fiscally irresponsible, and they deserve every ounce of what they're getting. And then to now divorce this man because he ain't got no money. Child, you knew football salaries, what he was making. And
he wasn't a major star either. He was not a major star in football.
Right.
I did a couple reality shows where lifestyle was highlighted and everyone's expected to be so rich. And I'm going to tell y'all, the people y'all think got so much money be renting their clothes, right, Al?
Uh-huh.
and a lot of those designer things.
Ooh, we being messy today.
I want to blurt out who y'all talking about so bad, honey.
And those be the main ones looking down their noses at others and being so condescending and thinking that that makes them so much more valuable. And I think, it's unrealistic. I remember doing the show when I was on Housewives, like when they came to do a seat in my house, I wasn't going to have 4 pairs of lashes on and be all the way glam because that's not realistic. I thought we were doing reality. I didn't know we was doing fake reality. And that's what a lot of people are doing. Everyone's not rich, y'all, on reality TV. Sometimes those people start up on those shows getting $40,000 for the whole season and have to pay for their own hair and makeup. They try to give me $40,000 when I first started. And I had my lawyer get me over 6 figures. And that was rare. Most of them started at $40,000 their first season, y'all. No one's rich off $40,000. Now the second season, they doubled and they tripled. Like, they do go up quickly, but don't believe the hype, y'all. And a lot of them are bad at managing money because a lot of reality stars that haven't done television or film before this is their nouveau rich. So they're doing crazy stuff. They're like thinking they got to show up in the furs and all this nonsense. And that's not realistic, and it's like you're doing it for people that are watching you that don't even have it themselves, and it's sad because, and Q, to your point, They do. They're all living above their means and there is a lot of, and I will admit, it's not just all their fault. A lot of the pressure is from the viewers. Mm-hmm. They're like bored with you if you don't have an extravagant lifestyle. So it's tough. You got to go in there and you got to figure out if you want, you want to keep it a buck, but everyone has to be in designer every single day. It's not even realistic for wealthy people to be in designer every single day.
Mm-hmm. Quick question though. Do you guys kind of feel like maybe she's got someone else that she may be moving on with? Because of the posts, there's these posts out saying, do you want to be her next big papa? I think that's intentional.
I hate to refer to women as damaged goods, but are men coming in, swooping in and like sugar daddying people with 4 kids under the age of 7?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, it'd be different if like she didn't have all those young kids, but I wouldn't sign up to be with no woman who got 4 kids under the age of 7.
And she's looking a lot different than she first started. And I don't think the looks are an improvement. I really don't. I think she did too much. I think she went too far with some of that surgery, and it's going to be harder. Yeah, it's going to be harder. Call me Don Lemon if you want, but she just looks, I don't know. I feel bad because I think Kroy went in like kind of really into it. And maybe once he was out the league and maybe it lost its luster. I don't know. Well, I wish them the best because it is sad they do have a family, and for a while they did seem really cute together.
Yeah, they did.
All right, now while Kim Zolciak is fighting for custody of her kids, Jay-Z is avoiding taking on his alleged 30-year-old son. Ramir Satterthwaite is claiming that Jay-Z is his biological father and has actually filed a new Supreme Court motion to reopen the case. The man also claims Jay-Z has abused the system for 10 years to avoid taking a paternity test. What do y'all think about this? I know celebrities, especially this big, are targets of this often. Al, do you think this is true? And do you think they look alike?
Look, this is just such a hot story. I am really into this story. A, first of all, I do think they look alike. B, though, Jay-Z's attorneys have been very vocal in saying and denying that this is not his child. But what could Jay-Z possibly be hiding? What is he embarrassed of? If I knew that wasn't my child 100% definitively, I think I would take the paternity test and keep it moving. Now, him being a billionaire, you can use your influence to win in most court cases because you spend a lot of money, you can spin the guy down. But what you can't win as a billionaire is public opinion. And I just feel like there's a question mark now around him and his family in the eyes of public opinion. If this is not your son, take a maternity test. Let's turn the page. Or is there possibly something that Jay-Z could be hiding from or embarrassed of?
Well, the son, the alleged son, the guy in question here, he said that the reason why, and this is allegedly a million times, okay, that the mother said that she got pregnant when she was underage. She was under 18. She was 16, and confirming the paternity would also confirm that he was messing with her at that young of an age. And, some states the age of consent is 16. I'm not sure what it was in New York.
I think she's in Jersey, right? So we need to find out what the age of consent in New Jersey is. Yeah, we'll figure that out on break. That makes the story even juicier, Claudia. What you think, Q?
I think it's cut and dry, to your point. If it ain't yours, instead of spending all this time in the court system and then put it to bed, take the paternity test and be done. But the fact that he's not taking the paternity test or not just so willing to just do it and get it over with suggests that there's something going on in the background.
Now, and also, go ahead.
If you take a paternity test and you find out that that's your child, he's 30 now. Is he owed back pay?
No, I don't think so. Especially not if the mom never filed paperwork for child support way back when. No.
But she couldn't file for child support because he wouldn't take the paternity test to confirm that he was in fact the father.
He don't owe
nothing.
Now that
he
don't owe nothing.
He won't owe her nothing?
I don't know.
You can't. I don't know if there's no precedence for that. You can't just step in somebody's life at 30 and be like, you were not around, and then now you owe me money.
No, but remember, he's been in the legal system for a long time. Saying that, according to the story, he's been trying to get this wrong right for a long time.
They don't award you child support if you never filed for it.
Also, do you guys think that, and this is also just to throw this out there, as far as Jay-Z, it could be he's afraid, right? Or it could also be he's a huge star and a target. he's succumbed to this paternity test. Like, how many other people want to come out and waste time and get attention off of his name? Because, you know, there's probably a million girls that can say, oh, I have a picture with Jay-Z, I messed around with them or whatever. You know, that might be kind of frustrating. I don't know.
Well, here's the beautiful thing. If he did it one time, his DNA stuff would be in the system. So all he'd have to do is just pull up his file folder.
Yep. Right.
All right, y'all. Coming up next, Nick Cannon's method for splitting time between his baby mothers. And later, Coi Leray gives us her take on the music industry. Stay tuned. Welcome back to TGIF. If you are enjoying the show, go ahead and put a like down for us on the YouTube channel and show your favorite trio some love. All right, y'all. Nick Cannon recently revealed his method for choosing which baby mother he's spending time with. Nick claims that his decision is based on who contacts him that day. Do you think Nick Cannon's method is effective? Q, what do you think about this? Whoever calls him that day gets the day, gets him a layup.
I mean, I guess that's kind of the way it has to go. When you got a whole harem of women that's kind of like your friend group, it's just like when somebody call you up and be like, you want to go eat today? Sure, come on. You know, I love the part where he said when he's en route or whatever, he tends to just sleep over the house of the last kid that he dropped off. So based on his commentary, are we to believe that he is also in a situationship with all of these women and not just their baby daddy?
It seems like that, except all of them, except for Lanisha, who has definitely moved on. The baby, the mother of Coi. I mean, of Onyx. I'm sorry, the last one. Ooh, that's asking for a whole bunch of unbalanced pH levels. You can't just listen, y'all. You can't just keep dipping your thing raw dog in all these women. Like, even if it's not an STD, but just like it shows up like it. Like, you throwing off everyone's pH levels with that. Al, what you think about this?
Listen, Nick Cannon is likable. Nick Cannon is funny. He's universally adored. But can you please stop talking? You are looking crazy out here in these streets talking like this, saying these things. We see already there's a crack in your fatherhood with all these women. Please stop talking. Please stop talking. Let us continue to adore you. Let us continue to have you create great content for us. But as it relates to this whole family thing, this having all these kids and this parenting thing, please stop talking. It's just not a good look. I don't care how adorable you are. Nick Cannon, you got to do better when it comes to this.
They in the comments saying, Melissa James says, oh, I bet he don't do that at Mariah's house. And then Diane Jones says, not Mariah. You know,
not me, girl.
Oh, Angela Tope says, I'm so sick of Nick Cannon and his flock of women.
Right.
I like Nick Cannon too. He's great in the business. All right, y'all. Speaking of Nick Cannon,
obviously he's great in bed too.
Now, the D report on Nick Cannon is I heard around town when I used to live in LA that the D report is very favorable to Nick Cannon. Very much.
Favorable. And he know how to make a baby.
They said he's blessed and highly favored in that department. That's what the girls were saying on the Wild 'N Out set. I'm just saying. Speaking of Nick Cannon, take a look at what he tweeted. I'd rather be a side dude who knows everything than the main dude who's in the dark. Have you ever been a side dude, and do you agree with Nick Cannon's tweet? Al, side dude or nah?
I mean, side dude's fine with me. Main dude is fine with me. But once again, Nick Cannon, stop talking. Stop talking. You're looking really miscellaneous with these comments, and I don't like it. It's just eroding everything that I respected about you as an entertainer and also as a young, Black, successful, wealthy man.
Oh, Lexi Benjamin in the chat said Brat and Judy should have asked Nick for the sperm.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea.
And he probably would have gave it to him.
Right. Q, what you think about this?
Oh, I 100% agree with his tweet. Now we can debate the morality of being a side dude at a later date, but I always rather be in the know than not in the know. So yeah, I'd rather be a side dude with all the information and know exactly my position and what's going on than to be in the dark.
Okay. The baby recently admitted that he would handle things differently if he could go back to and address the homophobic comments he made in 2021. Do you think he's being genuine? Let's go back to you, Q, on this. What do you think? Is he being genuine?
You know what? I saw that clip on the show he did. And yes, I do think he's been genuine. I think, when your shit don't sell, it got a real way of humbling your ass real proper like. And I think that between the stuff he was doing with the women, the misogyny, and the LGBT stuff, it humbled him. I'm willing to extend a little grace and just say, based on his environment, based on his age, and based on how he was indoctrinated socially, that maybe he just didn't know better. But I'll always make space for somebody to do better when they know better. And it does feel as if he's trying to do better. So.
Okay. Al?
I'm going to have to disagree. I didn't hear anything in that. I didn't hear an apology. I didn't hear I'm sorry. I didn't hear anything from him in that interview that said anything close to accountability. And let's just be very clear. Don't hang his demise on the homophobic rant. Don't hang it on the LGBTQ plus community. I think it has more to do with, because his fan base are not gay men. His fan base are Black females. I think Black females didn't like how he treated his baby's mama, especially putting her on blast on live. I don't think his fan base liked the way he treated Megan Thee Stallion. I don't think his fan base liked the way he treated his baby mama's brother. I just think there are a number of things outside just that homophobic rant that is a negative for him. Now, was it a part of it? Absolutely, because I'm sure the big brand behind him, Interscope, could not get a lot of things accomplished because of his homophobic rant. But I don't think that was the main issue here. I need for DaBaby to be more accountable. And accountability means you have to take responsibility for who you hurt with what you said. Now, that interview, what I did like was there's a part of him that's still likable. And like I said before, for him to come back, I really think we have to see another part of his personality. And that's the part about the interview that I did like. I saw a part of his personality that makes me feel like there's still hope. But before that, no, because he did not take responsibility or accountability.
I agree with you, because it seemed like he took the easier route. Like, let me just apologize to the group that I offended one time, right? But on top of all the other things that you said that he did, he also hit women in clubs. He's put his hands on other women. There's a lot of chatter about that. So he didn't say anything about that. So he took the route. Well, I apologize to, like, he wanted to just like make good with the LGBTQ community. But like you said, the huge part of his fan base ain't rocking with him. That's why he's not selling anything. The music is not doing anything, And the way he jumped into Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion's case and like really was super childish and petty with the Megan stuff and terrorized her. I thought they were friends, and that was really whacking him like that. He just seems like a traitor. Q, go ahead.
I want to point out one thing, because Al said, I don't want to hang the demise of his career on the LGBT community. And you're absolutely right. I want to make one point to the people out there. Oftentimes y'all get so up in arms and y'all pull this whole, but if I was gay or if it was the LGBT community, I bet XYZ. And I want y'all to know the LGBT community doesn't have power because we're the LGBTQ community. The LGBT community has power because white men are a part of that community. So I just want y'all to know that, like, y'all get so caught up on LGBT, and I'm thankful that white men are part of our community, but it is not us wielding the power. It's the white men in our community wielding their privilege in their ways that get the LGBT community what they get.
All right. A transgender woman who was accused of flashing her penis at a YMCA was found not guilty. The judge ruled that Rachel Glines is too fat for her genitals to be able to show. Never heard that defense before.
It worked.
What are your thoughts on this story, Al?
First of all, let's be very clear. The woman who sued her is an associate of 22 years. They've known each other for 22 years. So let's be very clear that this was an intentional attack on that transgender woman. And it's disgusting. And I'm going to tell you what, you better be glad that the lawyers act like they didn't know what they would do, because I would sue that woman for the false accusations, because clearly you can't flash nothing that you can't see and can't even get your hands to. And that's how big this young woman was. On top of that, I would sue that woman who created all of this for malicious prosecution. It wouldn't be no question. You're not going to make up a story about me, ruin my life, embarrass me in public, embarrass me nationally, and not expect me to get paid. Run me my money for all of the defamation of character there.
All right, Q, what do you think?
Help me understand this. Was the trans woman just using the bathroom, or was she changing?
From the story, she was changing.
Okay. So that's what I thought. And here is where I want to go with my commentary. I'm glad that she was found innocent and that, you know, she did not do this. However, as we begin to navigate this new thing about, you know, trans people occupying the same bathrooms as cisgender women, we got to ease into this thing. And I definitely think to prevent situations like this from happening in the future, that precautions and measures need to be taken when changing in the same restroom with cisgender women, because I am pretty sure that a lot of cisgender women are going to have issue with a trans woman getting naked or changing in front of them in a bathroom. We're not there yet.
Right. Now, be clear, Q, this YMCA has had this issue for a long time, and they have issued a statement to all of its members that they will be allowing the transgender women to, you know, choose their restrooms according to how they identify. So it's not anything new. I mean, so
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, for safety and to keep down mess and confusion, change in the stall, or take precautions to cover yourself in such a way that people can't even make these types of allegations.
I don't know about that one, Q.
So you think a trans woman with a penis should just change and get butt-ass naked in the bathroom with cisgender women?
I think it should be a separate bathroom, honestly, if you want to have the discussion on how I feel.
Right.
However,
but it's not.
Right,
So let's talk within the confines of this story. But when in the same bathroom, you think
if you're gonna give them access to the bathroom, I think it's gonna be very hard to then say, because you're in the bathroom, you're gonna have to now go on.
And I'm not saying make it law. I'm saying take it upon yourself as the trans woman to govern yourself in a way that would just keep down confusion. We're not there yet as a society. In a perfect utopian society, everybody would do what they want to do. And please, I'm not being transphobic. I'm not trying to be ignorant. And I'm just talking within the confines of the world that we live in. I just don't think the average cisgender woman would be comfortable with a trans woman with breast and a penis getting fully naked in front of them in a bathroom.
No,
hey, y'all have a natural born woman right here, so let me speak on it. While y'all are talking about this, it sucks that a lot of women in my position feel that they really can't say how outraged they are at stuff like this because of the fear of offending someone else. But why is no one worried about cisgender women being offended? If I go into a woman's bathroom, I don't want to see a penis, even if it's from someone that identifies as a woman. I don't think that's being transphobic either. I don't. And reading the story and me saying her penis is like, there's women in that bathroom that are virgins. There are women in that bathroom that are religious. There were women in that bathroom that wouldn't feel comfortable being around.
And underage.
Underage. And it's like, why is it that the women, we always are the ones that have to adapt to everybody else's feelings? And I think in the process of overcorrecting a problem that we did have and making space for transgender women, like we should, we're doing a disservice to natural born women, or as some like to say, cisgender women, in the process where it's like, y'all just in the interest of making them feel comfortable, as we should, no one's considering the feelings of us. And I'm sitting right here thinking about how this would feel in my life. And I have to speak up for women on this one. I have to. There's got to be another option where everyone's comfortable. And if it means a third bathroom, then so be it. If it means a third league in sports, then so be it. Let's do what we have to do while we make trans women feel comfortable without shitting on natural-born cisgender women. Because why are we the ones that always got to get second place in the swim meets and deal with seeing a penis in our dressing room when we may be underage or not trying to see all that? Why do we always have to adapt? What about our feelings? And so I feel like protect Black women and all this shit is bullshit. It's not right, y'all. And we have to find a way. We are smart as a society. There's other options we can do so everyone feels comfortable. But constantly telling women to just deal with it is not right. It's just not right.
I can agree with that. But at the same time, this particular woman can't make up a lie just to prove her point. Now,
I think that
I get that. The whole point that I was making is this would have never occurred in my mind, had she not been naked in the first place in a women's restroom.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? I was like, if you would have did it in the stall, and again, I'm not saying they shouldn't have the rights. All I'm saying is we're just not there yet, my trans women, as a society, where it's like, okay, I'm all woman, hear me roar. We're just not there yet.
Mm.
But a trans woman is a trans woman. And we should make a safe space for the trans women. We really should. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, don't impede, don't make it an unsafe space for natural born women. There's a way to make both sides happy, I think. All right, y'all, good conversation. Coming up next, Coi Leray shares her thoughts about the music industry, and later in the show, find out why a woman ran her car through a family dollar store. Stay tuned. Welcome back to TGIF. They are going in on the comments about our last topic, and rightfully so. I think it's something that we have a long way to go. We're not there yet, and we have to find a solution. So, all right. But shout out to the ladies in there that feel the same way as myself. I see y'all. All right, y'all. Listen, charging higher interest rates is how banks make more money, and they take a lot more of your hard-earned money if your credit score is just okay, but not great. ScoreMaster, the new science in accelerating credit scores, puts you in control of your money. Say if your credit is $650 and you're borrowing $500,000 to refinance your home, starting at ScoreMaster could save you over $75,000 in interest over the life of your loan or more. Now that $75,000 is your money, not the bank's. That's the genius behind ScoreMaster's 3-week rule, especially now with high interest rates, soaring interest rates. It only takes a minute to get started. And you can add 30 to 100 points in about 3 weeks, depending on your credit file. So before you apply for any loan, auto lease, or credit, start at ScoreMaster. Visit scoremaster.com/T to try ScoreMaster for free. That's right, free. Visit scoremaster.com/T, scoremaster.com/T. Promotional consideration is furnished by ScoreMaster.
Child, let me tell you about the ScoreMaster, honey. Y'all already
got it, right?
I did. I signed up last week, and I loved it because, you know, my score is healthy. I'm over 700, but like Claudia said in the past, it literally tells you things. Like, it told me something that I was able to do right then and there to gain 19 points. It was to pay down 2 credit cards to a certain spot. And then I love the schedule that it gives you about if you pay your credit card by this date, it'll make your score much better. So like, guys, it is a great product, especially if, you know, if you're trying to buy a home or whatever the case may be. Like, my score qualifies me now to get a home, but I want the absolute best interest rate. So that's why I signed up for the ScoreMaster, and I'm on it. Oh, and it gives you actions that you can take to get, like, if you got late payments or different things, you can do it right there in the system, and they send the letters to the people, and they do the actions for you to get whatever derogatory or your credit off. So it's a great service, guys.
It's awesome. And they also send you emails, but they're not annoying where they spam you with a whole bunch of emails, but they'll give you alerts like, hey, you need to check this. And it's awesome. They definitely give you reminders. So I'm glad you're on it. And I can't wait to come to your house when I'm crib. All right, y'all, let's get back to some topics. Coi Leray took to Twitter to share her thoughts about the music industry. She wrote, the music industry is oversaturated. Every song is a hit. Everybody is a star. Do you agree with Coi Leray? And do you think the industry is creating legit stars, or are they just like flashes in the pan? Al, what do you think?
Right message, wrong messenger. And Coi Leray, don't do this. I mean, you are talented. You are beautiful. You're not like Nicki, though. You still have a ways to go when it comes to rap. You're not like a Mariah or Whitney when it comes to vocals. You're getting there. You're young in the game. I understand things may not be happening as quickly as you want them, but you're very good. But the comment was a stretch. And what happens when you say stuff like this is you open yourself up for unnecessary criticism. And in this case, you don't have the numbers and you don't have the charting to really solidify you being the one to make this comment. Now, this is coming from a fan. This is coming from someone who really likes you. And, you know, we know your father, Benzino, is very proud of you. But don't do this. Don't create an environment where that we can tear you apart for all of your greatness, because you got a long life in this business, and we want to see it all come to fruition for you.
Do you think only stars can speak on that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think here?
I think she got big nerve. I think she has really big nerve because you complaining about the very wave that you rode in on.
That's correct.
Like you are a part of that very group of artists, those microwave artists that you're complaining about. You rode in on that wave, and I saw her rebuttal to some of the people on Twitter, and she was saying, basically, I'm not like them. I can sing, I can rap, I can dance. My fashion is different. Boo-hoo, cry me a river. So what? You still rode in on that same overnight success train that all the other girls did. And you know what? She is right, because all of y'all sound all y'all sound the same. All y'all give the same energy. Yeah, you might wear sports bras and cargo shorts and the other girls are giving sex, but it's still all rest in the same house.
I do think she has a point, but I wouldn't really call her a star. Remember, she was getting clowned for the longest when she came out. Remember, nobody was really taking her seriously. Then she got this last song that really, I forgot the name of the song, but you know, that the hit that she does have now. And I kind of feel like she's smelling us up a little bit, because I see her getting in little beefs on Twitter. And but yeah, there are. I do think she has a point about what people think are stars now. There's a difference between being hot for the summer and a star. Right. If we can see this sustained over a couple of years, then maybe we can revisit the conversation.
It's funny because she's not even old enough, nor has she been in the business long enough to honestly make any assessment of the business. Like, I can see Mariah saying this. I can see Queen Latifah saying this. I can see Salt and Pepper saying this. I can even see Nicki, Little Kim saying this. But you don't have a license to say this, mama.
All right. Well, keep it locked, because coming up next, a woman ran her car into a Family Dollar store. And later, Ari Fletcher shares a few words about homosexuality. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. Welcome back to TGIF. Before we get to this next story, Alan Q, there's over 4,000 people watching right now live, and we're only at 962 likes. Do you have anything to say to the soulmates about this that are just watching, not pressing any buttons?
Y'all wide back hoes better press that like button. But we stop. I'm just playing. Soulmates, y'all show us some love. We love y'all. Listen, y'all, those are our stats. That's how we get funding dollars and more days, and that's what the network look at. So y'all got to do that if y'all want to see us grow and prosper. It costs you nothing. Just hit it a couple times.
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to hit it right now.
Do we know who hits it if somebody hits it?
Yeah,
why don't we do a contest of some sorts? Could be interesting.
Well, we'll have production work it out.
All right. Well,
Justin got to do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Well, Justin gonna cuss you out when we get up there.
Wait a minute, no, I take that back, Justin.
Okay, we're at 1,000, so we gained 38 likes right now. That's it.
All right, that's the wide back hoes. Now I'm calling all the hoes who thighs scrub. If your thighs scrub, hit the like button. Hit the like button. And after that, I'm calling all my girls with the fupa that tuck it in their jeans. They call it fupa, fat upper pussy area. I'm talking to all the girls with the fupas. And then after that, I'm talking to my muffin top girls. My muffin top girls hit the button. And last but not least, all my flat booty bitches who back and booty run together, look like a piece of plywood. We need you to hit the like button, baby. Now, between all them body types I called out, we should have over 1 million likes on this thing.
Oh, we're at 1.7.
There it is, baby. Okay, all my bald-headed girls.
Keep going.
I'm a bald-headed girl who mama put a perm in their head when they was in the 2nd grade and their hair ate out in the bite. We need y'all. All my girls who can't put their hair in a ponytail with a rubber band. We need you to hit the like button. Then I'm coming next to my people with the missing side teeth, baby. Missing side teeth people. Hit the like button right now.
Right there.
Hit the like button right now.
We're at 1.8. We're at 1.8.
How about our Newport?
I'm calling all my dumb hoes who got driving Nissan Altima, got a nigga driving their car all day long while they at work. I need you to hit the like button.
Okay, and now you came for the ladies. Now, when I do this again, I need you to come for some of the fellas out there, okay?
We got you next week.
All right. Maybe on this show. Oh, we're at 2,000 right now. Okay.
There it is. We hit gold.
There we go.
We hit gold. Thank you, soulmates.
We're going to do this every week, I think. Right. All right, y'all. An enraged woman in Nashville drove a car into a Family Dollar store while chasing her boyfriend around after an argument. Tasha Marie Bradley's boyfriend entered the store after the argument, and that's when she decided to drive her car into the entrance and around the store to find him. What's the craziest thing you've done while mad at your partner? Al, let's go to you first.
Ooh, you know I'm a Gemini. I can be nice and I can be mean. I probably kicked in a couple of doors, did a little bit of fighting once or twice. But you know what's so interesting on this story? I just want to make sure I understand this, okay? A woman can run down 6 people at a Black Lives Matter protest and get 6 hours of community service. However, this woman found out, allegedly or possibly, that her man ain't acting right. And she's going to give, and she drives a car through Family Dollar, don't hurt nobody, nobody's killed, nobody's harmed, but gets charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and vandalism. I don't know, Claudia, something just don't seem right about this.
Because she Black? Q, what's the craziest thing you've done while mad or for love?
In the love department, nothing, because I just don't get into that. In college, I did have a friend that I had loaned some money who just tried me, and he was in front of the whole student body giving a speech during homecoming, and I ran up on the stage to fight him in front of the whole student body. So that happened.
Weren't you in student government?
I was. I didn't care. I wanted my money. I wanted my money.
The president of the school fighting.
So here's the thing with this, right? I don't have an issue with her trying to run her boyfriend over, because some of these men need to be run over. But what I do have a problem with is you potentially hurting innocent people, okay? You're not supposed to run through the Family Dollar. If you're going to run through any building, it need to be through his mammy house for raising his sorry ass. You are only, you are only allowed to run through his house or preferably his mammy house. But keep the public out your domestic dispute, because somebody could have got hurt in that Family Dollar. And you know, it be people with little kids in there all the time. So
yeah, like deal with the person you need to deal with, not innocent bystanders. I hit a guy's car with a vacuum cleaner.
Like a big one or like a mini?
A big one that someone had outside in the trash, and I saw his car and I picked it up and anyways, I didn't break no windows though. I'm ashamed. I've grown, I've evolved. I've unlocked my better self since then, Q.
Good.
All right, someone who's not unlocking their better self. Donald Trump has been officially found liable for sexually abusing and defaming journalist E. Jean Carroll. Carroll will be awarded $5 million in damages. Are you surprised that Trump is being held accountable, Al?
He's not being held accountable. I don't know who wrote that. He's not being held accountable. Remember, she wanted him charged for rape. Okay? He got off and only got charged with what? Liable. He's liable for sexual abuse. That keeps him off the sexual predator list. This is no big deal to him. And if he doesn't pay it, it doesn't really mean anything because he doesn't have to. I mean, this is the only sitting president that we had that has done tax evasion, has done the insurrection, has done involved in the 2020 election interference. I mean, this man remember, he was charged with 34 counts of discriminating against Black people living in his buildings in Queens and Staten Island and the like. Is there anything possible that's going to take this man down? I need for him to be more than just held liable for something. I need him convicted and charged, period.
Unfortunately,
anything else is a slap on the hand, right?
Unfortunately, the statute of limitations for a criminal charge for this had run out. So the best she could do was a civil case against him. Unfortunately, that's what they said. So that's the best outcome I guess we could have got for this. But yeah, I agree. I mean, the rape thing would have been great to have him as a sex offender legally. But that Georgia case is the one that's going to get that ass. Because the Georgia case is on. That's all. That's the election interference.
Election interference. What exactly would he be charged with that makes him not a candidate to run for president?
I don't know, because I thought some of these things would be enough, but they're not.
But they're not.
Listen, y'all tripping. Let me tell y'all something about me. If somebody would have took my coochie in 1983, in the 80s, and in 2023 want to give me $5 million for it, baby, I'm good. I don't give a damn what charge he get, okay? I don't went through the trauma. I don't went through the trauma in the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. Go ahead and slide me them $5 million. Look at that smile on that lady's face. Okay.
No, but Q, he's only found liable. That's a civil case. So they can award it to him, but he doesn't have to pay it. He doesn't have to pay it. I'm pretty sure she's going to have to go back to court to get him to pay that.
What about a judgment?
Can't she get a judgment?
She's going to appeal it. It's liable.
We shall see, but it is nice to finally see a chink in the armor because he's been Teflon Don up until this point.
Right.
All right, y'all, coming up, we're taking a look at Ari Fletcher's thoughts about homosexuality. I wonder what she thinks. Stay tuned. Welcome back to TGIF. You know what I got to say about our soulmates? They like, it's some sadomasochistic stuff going on. They like being abused, Q. Now, because after you did that, we up to 2.4 right now, 2,400 likes. And we had 982 before you done cussed them out and talked about their big backs and missing side teeth.
Soulmates, we love you. Big bike and all. We love you, baby. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Take a look at this now deleted tweet by Ari Fletcher. She wrote, question, who said being gay was a sin? The Bible? What Bible? Who wrote it? How y'all figure being gay is a sin? I'm genuinely asking. What do you have to say about this, Q? Let's go to you first.
Well, I love her passive advocacy for the community. To be honest, I just don't even have the energy to have the conversation about the Bible and homosexuality and battle the devout Christian soulmates. I mean, at this point in time, people made their minds up on what they believe. People interpret the Bible the way they want to interpret the Bible. And I'm just over the conversation. So I'm going to defer to Adam.
Al, what do you think?
All right, listen, I think it's once again the messenger and not the message. I think the dialogue around it could be very robust, but I'm not interested in having that conversation with Ari Fletcher.
See, I think differently. I think anyone has a right to speak on anything because we sit here on this internet and we speak on things that, we haven't accomplished and we are okay with that. I think it's a legitimate question. Like the Bible was written by men at a time where they wouldn't even allow women to really write, forget Black people, right? But I just feel like the Bible, I mean, we can have a legitimate debate about it, about some things that were put in there to control people. And who's to say, like some of the stuff that's in there, like, homosexuality. There was homosexuals back in the day. They've been here. This isn't something new. So I don't know. I do like the question, like why is it bad? And
I like the question. I just, for some reason for me, I just feel like a lot of these entertainers are clickbaiting. I'm not saying that that's what she's doing, but where is all her discussion before now about this? Why is she all of a sudden having this discussion right now? And this is a question that she's going to post on her Twitter, to get a response. Like if she was, doing pride parades, and if she was talking about advocacy before now, if she, shared a story about a family member that's been through some hardship, I can understand. But for you to just start throwing stuff out to kind of get a conversation going because you want to get conversation going, that's the part that feels unrealistic to me.
Okay. All right, now get into the story. North Dakota Republican Governor Doug Burgum has signed a bill into law that allows public school teachers and state government to ignore pronouns when identifying their transgender students. Are you surprised? Al, let's go back to you.
I'm sorry, what you said back to me, what I think. Listen, we're not surprised. There are 45 United States that have proposed anti-trans bills. So the fact that North Dakota is one of them doesn't surprise me. I bet you don't know the 5 that haven't. There's also 21 states that have restricted transgender sports or the banned female transgender from participating in sports. And let's not also talk about there are 14 states that have restricted and banned gender affirming care for minors. Are we surprised? Are we really surprised?
Well, North Dakota is one of the most conservative states in the country and one of the states I would never want to live in. Sorry, North Dakota. I'm sure you're not watching right now anyways. Q, what do you think? Q, what do you think about this, about the pronouns?
I have this conversation a lot of times in like a lot of straight spaces with Black females and Black men. Most recently, I had one at a party and a guy was going in about the whole calling, he, she pronoun thing. And I stomped him. I was like, dude, you doing way too much. You doing way too much overthinking. You don't even have to get in the weeds and the minutia of trans and all of that. It literally costs you nothing to call people what they want to be called. You can call a man she without that co-signing the community, without agreeing with it, without it being a part of your belief. Call people what the hell they want to be called and just move the hell on. You spend more energy debating than just call them what they want.
I will say this, for the party that claims that government is too big, aka the Republican Party, you sure have your fucking nerve, because this is actually infringing, I think, on freedom of speech to make a law about this. Like, we're going to start governing our nuance and how we speak.
So then what happens if you do? You know, if someone violates it, then what happens?
Right. You're going to go to jail. Oh, I called a she, a he, or a they, or I didn't call a they, a she. Okay. Hey, y'all, I want to thank my fantastic co-host, Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Black Waterhouse Movies. Catch it on our YouTube channel and website. We'll see y'all on Friday. We have 18 seconds. Q, anybody else that you missed out on that needs a bit? Go ahead and hit
We need all the girls with the double neck. If you got the double neck, then next I'm calling on the girls with the botched BBLs. And the rest of y'all tire hoes, I'll get y'all next week. Bye.
Thanks always for the likes.